Hi there, I'm back and I have another DIY recipe today that I really want to share with you guys for homemade deodorant. This takes like 2 ingredients. One, if you just want it unscented, and it actually works really, really well. A good 10 years ago, my husband and I decided we no longer wanted to use antiperspirants with the aluminum chlorohydrate in it for, all kinds of reasons. There's all kinds of stories out there. Some are fact-based, some aren't, but why take the risk, especially with risk of breast cancer and things like that? You're putting this on, and a lot of people, especially women, will put it on right after they've gotten out of the shower and shaved. So not only are your pores wide open, your body is warm, and that's when your skin is warm right out of the shower, and that's when it absorbs more quickly through the pores, and it will go into your bloodstream. I just don't want to take the chance. Regardless of how you feel about it, I personally do not want to take the chance. So after making the homemade recipe of coconut oil, baking soda, cornstarch, and tea tree oil, and that kind of stuff for the last 5 or 6 years, I decided I wanted something simpler. And then I ran across a couple of YouTube videos showing how to do it with milk of magnesia. And I thought, how can this possibly work? I mean, this is it's a home remedy for diarrhea and upset stomach. How does that work? But it's fantastic. And I started using this last summer, so it's been about 9 or 10 months now. So I started using it in the middle of the hot and sticky summer in 90-degree heat, and it worked then. So I know it's going to work the rest of the year. So all you're going to do is find a bottle and just get a cheap store brand of milk of magnesia. The recipe is the same no matter what brand it is. However, there is one thing you need to look out for. First of all, you just want plain. You don't need the flavored with all that saccharin and artificial flavors, and they put artificial dyes in it. God knows why when you're using it for diarrhea. Why on earth do you need food coloring in it? But they're all going to have this active ingredient here, which is magnesium hydroxide, 1,200 milligrams. And here it is, a saline laxative. Now, using this in your armpits, you're not suddenly going to have laxative-like effects, so don't worry about that. But what you want to do when you're looking for this in the store, scan down to the bottom here where it says inactive ingredients. See here it says purified water. That's what you look for. It should be the only inactive ingredient, the only other ingredient in the formula. Many of the name brands, specifically the one that starts with a PH, has an ingredient in there called sodium hypochlorite. And I will list that down in the description box so that you can look out for it. What that is a form of bleach. You really don't want that on your skin being absorbed through your pores. Why anybody would want it in their stomach and intestinal tract either is beyond me. But you want to look out for that. Many of the store-branded labels don't have it in, but you still want to read it because it just might. I was at Dollar Tree a couple weeks ago, and I happened to spy a huge bottle that had to be like a quart and a half of just your generic milk of magnesia. And I thought, oh my gosh, for $1. This is also much cheaper than the natural deodorants that you find at health food stores and such, which are $7, $8 a bottle or more, and they're not exactly effective. So this is a much less expensive way to go. But I picked up the bottle and read it just to be sure, even though it was completely plain unflavored. And sure enough, that sodium hypochlorite was in there. So, put it back on the shelf. Not worth the risk, even for just $1. So I'm going to show you real quick how I make mine. And you're going to take this, you're going to shake it up a little bit because it does settle. And this is how I make mine. I'm going to fill my bottle halfway, thereabouts, okay? And I like a little bit of scent, and I love jasmine oil. So I have a jasmine blend here that I really, really like. So I'm just going to put, and this is such a small amount of final product that you really only need one or two drops. So I don't know if you can see the oil there on the top. And I'm just going to give that a swirl to kind of get it mixed in. And the reason I do that this way instead of filling it first with the milk of magnesia and then put the oil in is when I put the roller ball back on to shake it, I don't want all the oil trapped up in here and doesn't get mixed here. So, I mean, that's entirely up to you how you want to do it. But, and then you just snap this back on. Let's see, did it go on all the way? Yeah, I think so. All right, and just give it one more really good shake, and you're good to go. And it's going to smell, oh, it smells wonderful. It smells like jasmine. Where I got my glass bottles from, these were kind of hard to find. I really had to do some investigating, but I found them on Amazon. This is from a set of 3 bottles of Nivea roll-on deodorant that aren't even sold in the U.S. As far as the deodorant in the glass bottles are. I have never, ever seen it anywhere. Amazon was the only place I could find them. The glass bottle deodorants of Nivea are only sold in Europe for some reason. So I didn't want plastic, mainly because you can't, the plastic bottles of roll-on deodorant in the U.S., this is usually all one piece, the bottle and all the way up to where the ball is inserted up here. So you can't take it apart and reuse it. So, and I do like glass better anyway. So I went ahead and ordered 3 from Amazon, and they're really good for, I've refilled this, well, I've been using it for about 9 months now, so I've refilled it many, many times, at least 6 or 7 times now, and it works really well. You just kind of need a sharp, like a steak knife or a paring knife or something, just to kind of get in that edge, the bottom edge of the plastic there, and you just sort of work around it real gently because you don't want to ruin this and not be able to reuse it or crack it. And it just pries right up and you can get it off. So, and then you wash the ball really well. The only real downside of using this particular brand, the Nivea deodorant, is they do not have any unscented formulas. Everything has a scent. Now, for me, it didn't matter. It was kind of like shooting a dart at a dartboard. You just pick one, order it, and because you know you're going to dump it out and clean it out anyway. Oh man, was it ever strong. I ordered one that was called black and white, and meaning that you can wear it with black and dark clothes and it won't leave white marks, and you can wear it with white clothes and it won't leave yellow stains. Now, I don't know about the dark clothing end of it. That may be true, but on the white end of it, I remember when we still were wearing antiperspirants in my household, and my husband did get yellow stains. If it has aluminum chlorohydrate in it, it will happen eventually. It's just the nature of the beast. Another bad thing about it. So anyway, that is my DIY project for the day. I hope this is helpful to you. Give it a try. You will love it. The other really great thing about this is for women, when you make your appointment for your mammograms, you do not have to stop using this and go to some other oddball product in the 2 weeks leading up to your mammogram, because you have to wear off and wash off the aluminum chlorohydrate or whatever mineral might be in your deodorant, so it doesn't screw up the x-ray of the mammogram itself. You can keep using this right through. You don't have to switch off of it, which is another bonus for me. So, and it's easy to tuck in your purse and take with you to put it on after the test is done. So I hope this is helpful to you. I really hope you try this recipe. It's great. You can use it unscented too. You do not have to put an essential oil in it if you don't want, but it does add not only a nice light fragrance, but it does add a little extra level of deodorizing and bacterial. It'll fend off some more bacteria. So anyway, I hope this is helpful to you. If you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any new video uploads. And with that, have a great day and stay warm.